This audiobook is not just a journey, it's a transformation. You're about to unlock the sacred force that turns thoughts into gold, feelings into fortunes, and ordinary lives into radiant empires of abundance. This isn't about chasing money. This is about becoming the kind of person to whom wealth naturally flows effortlessly, magnetically, unshakably. You'll discover ancient laws whispered by sages, modern truths proven by mind science, and a path of quiet mastery that leads you beyond scarcity into the heart of infinite prosperity. And by the end of this journey, you won't just understand abundance, you'll embody it. Let the first word pull you in. Let the last word leave you changed. The wealth you seek is already seeking you, and it begins now. Chapter 1. The Call of Abundance. In the beginning, there is a quiet stirring, a whisper in the silence of your soul, calling you towards something you cannot yet name. It beckons from the edges of your consciousness, like the soft glow of dawn peeking over a dark horizon. This is the call of abundance, a gentle voice that has echoed through ancient ages and deep within your heart, waiting for the moment you are ready to truly listen. You may have felt this stirring before in moments of quiet hope, or when life's challenges pressed heavy on your chest. It is the yearning for a life of more than just survival, more than mere comfort. It is the deep desire for abundance in every sense of the word. Financial prosperity, yes, but also a richness of spirit, a fullness of joy, and a life overflowing with purpose and peace. As you hear these words, you feel that gentle call growing clearer. It is as if an invisible door within you is swinging open, inviting you to step through into a new reality. There is a path laid out before you, a sacred journey, traced by the footsteps of countless seekers and sages before you. Their whispers echo along the trail, welcoming you, guiding you onward. You sense that you are not alone on this path. The wisdom of ages is by your side. Picture yourself standing at the entrance of this journey. Perhaps you find yourself in a quiet, misty dawn on a path that winds forward into an ancient forest. The trees arch overhead, their branches like welcoming arms. A gentle golden light guides your way, and with each step you take, you feel a growing sense of peace and purpose. The dawn air carries the scent of dew-laden earth and a hint of jasmine from unseen blooms. In the distance, a single bird begins to sing, its song clear and sweet, mingling with the quiet hush of the morning. There is a gate up ahead, old and ornate, covered in vines of emerald green. As you approach, the gate softly swings open as if recognizing you. You step across the threshold, leaving behind the worries and noise of the world you know, and entering a sacred space within your own heart. On the other side of the gate, the air is warm and still. You notice the pathway beneath your feet is lined with smooth stones engraved with symbols and words you don't yet understand. These are the markers left by those who came before, guiding you even now. You walk slowly, each footstep purposeful, feeling the earth solid and supportive beneath you. Above you, the forest canopy parts here and there, letting through shafts of sunlight that dance on the path ahead. A soft breeze rustles the leaves, as if the very trees are whispering encouragement. With each step, you sense a gentle power awakening under your skin, an inner knowing that you are walking toward your destiny, one step at a time. Far in the distance, you glimpse a soft glow, like a lighthouse beckoning across a dark sea. You know that this light is your destination, the heart of abundance, the treasure you've sought. But along the way, there will be wonders to discover and lessons to learn. You feel no impatience, only trust in the process, because every part of this journey is meaningful. The path itself is a gift, not just the destination. Breathe deeply and feel the air entering your lungs, an exchange of life that reminds you that receiving is as natural as breathing. Inhale, and invite the possibility of change. Exhale and release any doubt or fear clinging to you. Affirm quietly to yourself, I am ready to receive the abundance that is my birthright. Allow these words to settle in your mind like seeds planting in fertile soil. Feel the gentle truth of them. You were born deserving of a life of wholeness and plenty. This is not about greed or selfish desire. This is about coming into harmony with the natural state of the universe, a state of overflowing abundance. As you speak this intention, it's as if stars awaken in the night sky of your soul, each one a spark of a new understanding, a new possibility. You sense that the universe is listening, that creation itself stirs when you declare your readiness. Ancient energies align with your purpose, delighted to guide you toward the realization of your richest self. Feel that magnetism awakening within you, the spark of wealth in your heart growing warmer, brighter. With each breath, you are drawing in not just oxygen, but possibility drawing in the life you choose to create. Already, the shift has begun. Know this, the journey you are embarking on is supported by unseen hands. The same force that guides the stars in their courses and opens each flower in its time is guiding you now. Universal laws that have existed since the dawn of creation are aligning in your favor. You do not need to force or struggle. You need only to align and allow. The ancient teachings, including the 7 Hermetic principles that have illuminated seekers' paths for millennia, will illuminate yours as well. One by one, you will uncover these timeless principle truths so powerful that, when lived, they transform ordinary metal into gold, both in the world and in the soul. They will show you how to become a magnet for prosperity, how to let your inner richness spill out into every aspect of your life. These principles are the rungs on the ladder you are climbing, each one lifting you higher toward the life you envision. The first step is before you now, shining like the first ray of sun after a long night. It is the understanding from which all abundance flows. The ancient sages expressed it simply, all is mind. Everything you seek, every coin of wealth, every experience of joy begins in the invisible realm of thought and consciousness. In the next chapter of our journey, we step onto this first rung of truth and explore the profound power of your mind to shape your reality. Chapter 2: Alchemy of the Mind. You continue along the sacred path of your inner journey, the soft glow on the horizon growing ever brighter. The forest around you is alive with a gentle hush. As you walk, you notice one of the smooth stone markers by the path begin to shimmer softly, as if catching sunlight from an unseen source. You step closer and see that on its surface, an inscription is becoming clear. Tracing your fingers over the ancient carved symbols, you whisper the words as they form in your mind. All is mind, the universe is mental. These are the very words spoken by sages across the ages. The first principle of the ancient Hermetic teachings, the principle of mentalism. The stone's message resonates deep within you, and as you speak it aloud, the quiet forest seems to echo, all is mind. For a brief moment, the inscription glows with golden light, then gently fades into the stone, as if the lesson has now been absorbed. Though the words vanish from the rock, you feel them etched into your awareness. All is mind. This truth now lives within you, a guiding star on your journey. Take a moment to let these words sink in. All is mind. Everything you see, everything you touch, every experience you have ever had, all of it originates within the boundless realm of mind. The world around you is not as solid or fixed as it appears. It is more like a grand dream being dreamed into existence by consciousness. And your mind, your consciousness, is a spark of that great creative force. The very stars and galaxies the ancients believed are thoughts in the mind of the divine. If the all creates worlds with thought, and you are a spark of the all, then within your mind lies the same miraculous power in microcosm. You are both a creation of this universal mind and a creator with your own mind. Consider this. Every human creation began first as a thought. The home you live in was once a blueprint in someone's mind. The device on which you hear these words was imagined by engineers before it became physical. Even the clothes you wear were envisioned by a designer before they were cut and sewn. Thought is the starting point of all wealth, all inventions, all accomplishments. Now turn inward to the theater of your own mind. Within you, a constant stream of thoughts flows. Images, words, memories, dreams. Most drift by unnoticed, but each one carries creative power. Over time, the thoughts you think and believe settle into the fertile soil of your subconscious and take root as beliefs. Those beliefs shape your perception of the world and guide your actions, much like an invisible script according to which you live. Change the script, and you change the story. Change your mind, and you change your life. Even two people living through the same circumstances can experience them in completely different ways because of their mindset. It's said that two prisoners looked out from behind bars. One saw mud, the other saw stars. One mind fixated on the darkness, while the other found beauty and hope, each creating a reality of despair or optimism within the very same walls. Such is the influence of your inner perspective. By choosing to see the stars where others see only mud, you elevate your reality. There is a saying, whether you think you can or think you can't, you're right. If you believe deep down that you will thrive, you set into motion the mental currents that lead to success. If you believe you will fail, your mind will find a way to fulfill that expectation instead. Your mind does not merely observe reality. It plays an active role in weaving it. For instance, imagine for a moment that you are holding a ripe yellow lemon in your hand. See its bright, dimpled skin. Now, in your mind's eye, cut it open and lift it to your nose. Inhale the sharp citrus scent. Finally, take a bite of the juicy lemon. Can you feel a tangy tartness on your tongue? Does your mouth water at the thought? Notice how your body responded to something that was only imagined. Such is the power of your mind. It can create a physical reaction with a simple thought. This creative principle of mind is known to wise people everywhere. There's a tale of a sculptor who was asked how he could carve such beautiful statues from blocks of stone. He replied, "I simply envision the masterpiece within the rock, and then I remove everything that is not it." In other words, the image he held in his mind guided every strike of his chisel. Without that clear vision, his hammer would only strike senselessly at stone. So it is with the life you are shaping for yourself. Your thoughts and mental images are the chisels and tools with which you sculpt your reality. If you can form a clear, unwavering vision of the prosperity you desire, you have already begun to shape it into being. If your vision is muddy or entangled with doubt, the creation will reflect that confusion. Pause for a moment to reflect on the thoughts that habitually occupy your mind, especially when you think about wealth and success. Are they thoughts of possibility and abundance, or of limitation and fear? Perhaps you recall a parent sternly saying, "Money doesn't grow on trees," or you've long believed that wanting wealth is somehow wrong. Recognize these for what they are, thoughts, not absolute truths. And like clouds in the sky, they can be changed or allowed to drift away. Just as a gardener pulls weeds from the soil to make space for a thriving garden, you can choose to uproot any thought that no longer serves the abundance you seek. In this very moment, you stand empowered to choose the thoughts you will cultivate. What new supportive belief will you plant in the fertile ground of your mind? Perhaps it is the thought that the universe is generous, or that you are worthy of great prosperity. Choose a thought that feels empowering and true to your soul. and gently plant it now by holding it in your mind. If you like, close your eyes for a few breaths. Allow yourself to tap into the vivid imagination you once had as a child, when dreaming came effortlessly. That creative power still lives within you, ready to be guided toward your highest good. See yourself in a life of prosperity that fulfills you deeply. What do you envision? Maybe you see yourself living in a comfortable home that radiates warmth. Perhaps you picture doing work that you love, feeling valued and creative. You might see yourself freely giving to others, sharing your success and lifting those around you. Let the details come to you. Notice the surroundings, the colors, the light, the sounds of this life. Feel the sense of security and joy that comes from living in this abundant reality. Perhaps you awaken in a comfortable bed each morning with a smile, eager to embrace a day filled with purposeful work and meaningful connections. Maybe you hear laughter in your home, the voices of loved ones whose lives are also enriched by your prosperity and generosity. Paint this scene vividly in your mind, your ideal abundant life. As you visualize, infuse this mental picture with positive expectation. Know that by creating it in your inner world, you have initiated the process of its creation in the outer world. You have planted a seed in the invisible, and with care and belief, it will grow and bloom into your reality. Give it time to take root. Just as a seed germinates in darkness before it rises as a sprout, your intentions may work quietly unseen before results become visible. Trust that process. Hold this vision gently, like a cherished dream, and allow a sense of excitement and gratitude to arise, as if you already hold its blessings in your hands. Affirmation, softly, with conviction. My mind is a fertile garden. I plant seeds of prosperity and positive belief, and they blossom into my reality. Feel the truth of this affirmation. Feel how powerful you become when you choose what thoughts to nurture. In every moment, you can return to this inner garden and tend to it with love and intention, removing the weeds of doubt and watering the seeds of hope and abundance. Remember that this is not a one-time realization, but a daily practice. Each morning, you can set the tone of your day by consciously planting a thought seed of optimism. Perhaps you tell yourself, "Today I invite and attract prosperity and joy," and spend a minute visualizing things going smoothly and abundantly. And at night, you can reflect on your day, pulling out any weeds of worry and reaffirming the thoughts you want to grow. Over time, these mental habits become a new, empowering mindset. You have now begun to see the vast creative power that resides in your mind. This is the first key to wealth magnetism. To understand that thoughts become things, that your inner world gives birth to your outer world. Embrace this truth, and you reclaim a profound responsibility, and with it, profound freedom. When you change the way you think, you change the very fabric of your reality. The seeds you plant in mind will sprout as the circumstances of your life. This is why the journey of abundance always begins within. In our next step, we will explore how the outer world mirrors this inner realm, the ancient axiom of as within, so without. By realizing the reflections of your mind in your environment, you will gain even greater mastery over the life you are creating. With the principle of mentalism lighting the way, continue forward with confidence. The path unfurls before you, and the journey into abundance carries on, ever deeper and ever more magical. Chapter 3: The Mirror of Life. The path leads you out of the forest to the edge of a wide, still lake. Twilight has fallen, and the first stars begin to prick the sky overhead. The air is quiet and expectant. You step to the water's edge and gaze out. The surface of the lake is so smooth it mirrors the heavens perfectly. Every shimmering star above is twinned by a gentle glimmer below. For a moment, you are mesmerized by this celestial reflection. It is as if you are standing between two skies, one above and one below, both vast and filled with light. On a stone by your feet, an inscription catches your eye, illuminated by the silver of the rising moon. Leaning down, you read the ancient words etched there: as above, so below; as below, so above; as within, so without; as without, so within. The second great principle unfolds before you, offering its wisdom. You speak the words softly, and as you do, a gentle breeze ripples across the lake, causing the starry reflection to dance. When the water settles again, you understand. Just as the sky above is reflected in the water below, the world outside you is a mirror of the world within you. This is the Hermetic principle of correspondence. It reveals that the patterns of the universe repeat from the greatest scale to the smallest, and that your inner reality and outer reality are deeply intertwined. The ancients saw the cosmos as one grand tapestry woven of echoes and reflections. The macrocosm, the great world, and the microcosm, the little world, move in harmony. They observed how a single truth could express itself from the stars in the sky down to the smallest creatures on Earth. The spiral arms of a galaxy mirror the spiral pattern of a seashell. The double helix of your DNA resonates with the swirling of nebulae. Patterns repeat, shapes echo, and the great intelligence that moves the planets also lives in each beating heart. And in your life, the outer circumstances will always echo the inner state of your mind and heart. Think of a morning when you woke up full of happiness or excitement. The world probably seemed brighter that day. People smiled back at you, small annoyances rolled off your back, and everything flowed more easily. Now recall a day when you felt upset or anxious. On that day, the world might have appeared full of obstacles. You perhaps encountered rudeness or kept meeting frustration at every turn. Yet the outside world hadn't objectively changed between those days. You had. Your inner state was the lens coloring everything you saw and attracting certain responses from others. In the same way, when you cultivate peace, optimism, and gratitude within, you begin to notice more blessings, more reasons to feel thankful, appearing in your outer life. It's as if the universe says yes to the atmosphere of your heart. Walk into a room with a genuine smile and an open spirit, and watch how others warm to you. But carry gloom or anger inside, and you may find the world meeting you with storm clouds of its own. Life is a mirror, ever reflecting your own gaze back to you. There is a simple teaching that illustrates this well. A traveler once approached the gates of a new city and met a wise old man sitting nearby. "What are the people like in this city?" the traveler asked. The old man replied with his own question, "What were they like in the city you come from?" The traveler scowled. "Oh, selfish and cruel. I'm glad to be rid of them." The old man nodded and said, "You will find the people here are much the same." Later, a second traveler came by and asked the same question, "Old man, what are the people like in this city?" But this traveler smiled as he spoke. The old man asked, "What were they like? Where you come from?" The traveler beamed. "They were kind and supportive. I was sad to leave them." The old man returned the smile and said, "You will find the people here are much the same." The old man knew the secret. The travelers would see whatever their minds were prepared to see, because they carried their world with them. So it is with us. We carry an inner blueprint of reality, and the world obligingly projects it back to us. Change the blueprint, and the external picture must change to match it. This is why transforming your inner world is so powerful. It alters the reflection you see in the outer world. In terms of prosperity, have you ever heard how some people who win great sums of money, like a lottery, often lose it all within a few years? And how others who face bankruptcy can bounce back to riches before long? This happens because of the inner blueprint each person carries. A sudden windfall doesn't truly change one's inner mindset. Someone with a deep-seated belief in scarcity will subconsciously find ways to be rid of wealth that feels unnatural to them, restoring the poverty image they hold inside. On the other hand, an individual who holds a mindset of abundance will rebuild wealth even after setbacks, because richness lives first in their thoughts and will inevitably manifest again in their circumstances. Take a gentle inventory of your own life. Is there an area where you struggle or feel lack? It might be with finances, relationships, or health. Instead of judging yourself or blaming external causes, see if you can trace that outer situation to an inner pattern. Is there a belief or emotion within you that is mirrored by this circumstance? Perhaps deep down you have felt unworthy of wealth, and so opportunities seem to pass you by. Or maybe you've held on to resentment, and you notice conflict arising around you. Be compassionate and honest with yourself, for this awareness is not about blame, it's about empowerment. When you see the connection between within and without, you gain the key to change both. The universe lovingly shows us our internal state through our experiences, like a wise teacher holding up a mirror. If you don't like what you see in the mirror, you don't try to change the mirror itself, you adjust the reflection by changing yourself. In the same way, you now realize that by tending to your thoughts, beliefs, and feelings, the cause, you can transform what unfolds in your life, the effect. Even challenges and repeated patterns carry messages. If a certain type of obstacle appears again and again, consider what it might be trying to show about your inner beliefs or unresolved feelings. The lesson will persist until it's recognized, just as a mirror will continue to show a smudge until you notice and wipe it away. Affirmation: I nurture my inner world with positivity and love, and my outer world reflects this harmony. Feel the resonance of this statement in your heart. By committing to an inner state of abundance, peace, and gratitude, you are effectively polishing the mirror of your life. The more love and goodness you cultivate within, the more you will see it shining back at you through the people you meet, the opportunities that arise, and the environments you move through. And remember, this is a journey you can embark on again and again. Each time you walk this path, the vision of your abundant life becomes clearer, and the flame of understanding in your heart burns brighter. Repetition deepens your connection to these truths, strengthening your inner magnetism bit by bit. So you may return to these words whenever you need to remember your power and realign with your purpose. You are learning to become the master of this mirror of life. With this principle of correspondence in your heart, you can walk through the world knowing that what you carry inside projects all around you. This empowers you to change your experience from the inside out. In the next stage of our journey, we will dive even deeper into the substance of your inner world, into the vibrations and energies that your thoughts and feelings emit. Just as a pebble dropped in this calm lake sends ripples across the water, the energy you radiate ripples through the universe. By understanding the principle of vibration, you will discover how to raise your inner frequency to attract and manifest the prosperity you seek. Carrying the wisdom of as within, so without with you, you step away from the starlit lake. The night is deepening, but you feel a guiding light growing ever brighter within. Your journey continues onward, rich with insight, and the next key awaits. Chapter 4. The Song of Vibration. As you venture onward, night gradually gives way to a pre-dawn hush. The air itself seems alive around you, carrying a faint humming that you feel more than hear. You pause on the path, closing your eyes. In the stillness, you become aware of the gentle thrum of your own heartbeat echoing in your ears. You notice the soft whisper of a breeze through distant trees, the rhythmic chorus of crickets hidden in the grass. Even the ground beneath your feet seems to pulse subtly, as if in time with some universal melody. In that quiet moment, an understanding arises. Nothing is truly static. Everything around you is in motion, dancing to the music of existence. The ancient words form within your mind, as though carried on the breath of the wind. Nothing rests, everything moves, everything vibrates. This is the Hermetic principle of vibration, revealing that at the fundamental level, all things are made of energy, and that energy is in constant motion. You open your eyes and see a small stone marker by the path glowing softly. On it is a simple symbol, perhaps depicting wavy lines or a ringing bell, representing vibration. When you gently touch it, you feel a pleasant buzz in your fingertips, a confirmation of the truth you've just heard. You realize that even in what appears solid and still, life is humming with energy. The stars overhead emit vibrations of light across space. The cells in your body vibrate with life. Your thoughts and emotions, too, carry their own subtle frequencies. Now consider what this means for you and your path to wealth and happiness. Your feelings and mental states are vibrations, and they are magnetic. Have you noticed how being around someone joyful and enthusiastic can uplift your own mood, while someone steeped in negativity can leave you feeling drained? That is the direct effect of their energy field, their vibration, interacting with yours. In every moment, you are broadcasting a vibration into the world, and life responds to the signal. Emotions like love, gratitude, and confidence carry a high, light vibration. When you feel these, your heart might literally feel warm or lighter than air. On the other hand, emotions such as fear, shame, or despair carry a denser, low vibration that can feel heavy or constricting in the body. Neither is inherently good or bad. They are simply different frequencies of experience, but the higher vibrations tend to connect us with positivity, growth, and abundance, while lower vibrations often attract stagnation and struggle. The beautiful secret is that you have the power to raise your vibration at will. Just as you might tune a musical instrument to bring it into harmony, you can tune your inner state toward higher frequencies. One way is through your breath and voice. Let's try a simple exercise. Take a deep breath in, and as you exhale, hum or intone a soft Om sound. Feel the gentle vibration of your voice resonating in your chest or throat. Do it again, and imagine the sound rippling out from you in waves. Notice how a sense of calm or clarity follows the sound. You are literally shifting the energy within and around you. Practices like singing, chanting, or listening to uplifting music work on this principle. They help raise your vibration, which in turn can shift your mood and thoughts. Movement works as well. Dancing, or even a brisk walk, gets energy flowing. Anything that brings you genuine joy or peace will lift your frequency. Laughter shared with a friend, meditation or prayer, time in nature, heartfelt gratitude, acts of kindness. These are not just pleasant moments, they are vibration, raising experiences that align you with the flow of abundance. Just as a radio must be tuned to the correct frequency to pick up a desired station, you must tune your personal frequency to match the experiences you wish to attract. If you desire financial prosperity, begin to foster the feelings associated with prosperity, perhaps gratitude, generosity, confidence, and excitement for the future. These feelings broadcast a signal of abundance. According to the law of vibration, vibrations of a similar nature will resonate with each other. When you sustain a high vibration that corresponds to wealth, for example, feeling rich in spirit, thankful and open, you start to draw in opportunities, ideas, and people that are on that same wavelength. It may feel almost like magic, but it is truly the natural result of energetic resonance. You can also visualize this resonance like two tuning forks. If one tuning fork is struck and begins to hum, a second tuning fork nearby, if tuned to the same frequency, will also begin to vibrate just by catching the wave through the air. In the same manner, the inner vibration you consistently hold will eventually cause matching vibrations in the world around you to awaken. By vibrating at the frequency of your desire through your dominant feelings and attitudes, you activate that reality into coming alive. Let's engage your imagination to elevate your vibration right now. Close your eyes and envision a warm, golden light shining down from above, like sunlight from a gentle dawn. See this light entering through the top of your head and slowly filling your entire body. As it pours in, it dissolves any dark or heavy spots of tension, fear, or doubt, washing them away like sunlight dispersing shadows. Feel your energy brightening. Every cell in your body begins to hum with this golden radiance. You might even picture yourself as a glowing lamp or a star, shining from within. Now, bring into your heart the feeling of pure joy. Perhaps recall a really happy memory or think of someone you love deeply, and let that feeling expand, mixing with the golden light. Your heart's vibration rises. Next, feel deep gratitude for the blessings you have, big or small. Let gratitude flow through you. Your vibration climbs even higher, becoming lighter and quicker, like a musical note increasing in pitch. In this state, you are aligned with the energy of abundance and love. You are glowing at a frequency that attracts blessings. Take a gentle breath and simply be in this state for a moment. Know that this vibrational frequency is always available to you. With practice, it will become easier to reach and maintain. When you emit this kind of energy regularly, life can't help but meet you with experiences that match its bright tone. Affirmation: I vibrate with positive, abundant energy. I am in tune with the frequency of wealth and well-being. Feel the truth of this in your glowing body. You are not begging the universe for scraps. You are a radiant source, broadcasting your own song of prosperity. The more consistently you hold this high note, the more naturally your life will harmonize with it. You have attuned yourself to the principle of vibration. Remember that when you feel low or stuck, you hold the ability to gently lift your energy to a better place. In doing so, you change what you attract and experience. Our journey now leads us to the next great truth, the principle of polarity. In life, everything has two poles, and what seems like opposites are actually two extremes of the same spectrum. This means that even our lows and highs, our failures and successes, are connected. By understanding polarity, you will learn how to shift from one pole to its opposite, from lack to abundance, by the power of your will and perception. The knowledge of polarity will give you mastery over extremes and show you how to transform challenges into blessings by changing your perspective. Carrying your high vibration with you like a torch, you step forward eagerly to discover this next secret. The path beckons you toward the dawn, where light and dark dance together, two ends of a cosmic spectrum awaiting your understanding. Chapter 5. The Alchemy of Polarity. Arriving at a gentle slope, you decide to rest as the sky begins to lighten in the east. The final stars wink out as dawn approaches, painting the horizon in hues of deep indigo and rose. You sit quietly, watching night transform into day. The change is gradual, the darkness softly giving way to dim gray, then to a bloom of color and light. In this peaceful moment, you witness one of the great truths of nature, that opposites are but two extremes of the same continuum, gently transitioning one into the other. The cold air of night gradually warms into the new morning. Silence gives way to the first birdsong. The solitude of darkness shifts into the activity of daylight. There was no sudden break, only a steady change of degree. As the golden rim of the sun peeks over the land, you notice another stone marker nearby, glistening with dew. Inscribed on it are the words, "Everything is dual, everything has poles, all truths are but half-truths." This is the principle of polarity, whispering its wisdom. You speak the words softly, feeling their meaning. Polarity teaches that for every aspect of life that we perceive, there is an opposite, and both exist on the same spectrum. What we call hot and cold are not fundamentally different substances, they are just varying degrees of temperature. The same with light and dark. As you just saw, they are not separate forces battling, but a continuum of more light or less light. You realize that this principle applies to states of mind and situations in life as well. Love and hate, joy and sorrow, hope and despair, they are not utterly separate things, but two ends of a scale. And here lies a great secret. By understanding that these are just poles of one essence, you can begin to transform one into the other. Just as the night can be gradually brightened into day, so too can a mindset of lack be warmed and brightened into a mindset of abundance. Think back to times in your life that felt like extreme lows or highs. Perhaps there was a moment of disappointment that later, surprisingly, led to a great opportunity. Or a time of great challenge that eventually revealed a hidden gift or strength in you. This is polarity in action, the potential for one pole to turn into the other. In truth, life is full of these transformations. History and personal stories abound of misfortunes becoming blessings in disguise. A person loses a job, which feels like a bad end of the spectrum, and it spurs them to start a successful business aligned with their passion, a good outcome. A heartbreak leads someone to deeper self-love and eventually to an even greater love. Each negative contained the seed of its positive outcome, just as surely as the dawn was hidden in the night. By recognizing the continuum, one can consciously begin to move toward the desired pole. The old alchemists of legend spoke of transmuting base metals into gold. On a personal level, this principle of polarity is your alchemical tool to transmute the lead of difficult thoughts or circumstances into the gold of wisdom, growth, and success. You do this by shifting your perspective and emotional tone bit by bit. If you find yourself on the pole of lack or negativity, acknowledge where you are and then seek the slightly better thought or feeling that's a bit closer to the positive pole. For example, if you feel discouraged about finances, you might shift to reminding yourself of something you do have or a resource available to you, sparking a bit of hope. That hope can be nurtured into optimism, which in turn can grow into confidence and gratitude as you see progress. In a conflict with another person, if you stand at the pole of anger, you might deliberately soften it to mere irritation, then to neutrality, and perhaps eventually to understanding or compassion. Each small step moves you along the spectrum toward the light. Try this now with any personal challenge. Bring to mind an issue that frustrates or saddens you. Notice which pole you're at emotionally. Without denying how you feel, ask yourself, what is the opposite of this? What is the other end of the scale? Identify that. Then, consider one thought or action that could shift you just a little in that direction. If you're lonely, perhaps reaching out to say a kind word to someone is a step toward connection. If you're feeling broke, perhaps acknowledging the blessings you already have, like having a roof over your head or a talent you can share, is a step toward abundance. It doesn't have to be a giant leap. Even a small step changes your trajectory. Notice how making that slight mental shift feels. You might sense relief, however small. That is the momentum starting to turn. You are using the principle of polarity to your advantage, consciously choosing your position on the spectrum of experience rather than feeling stuck at one extreme. Over time, with practice, you can develop the skill of quickly reframing negatives into positives, like turning a coin from its dark side to its shiny side. Affirmation. Within every difficult situation, I can find the seed of its opposite, the good, the solution, or the blessing. I have the power to shift my perspective. Feel the empowerment in this realization. You are not at the mercy of life's swings between opposites. You are the one who can steer between them. Polarity shows you that you can transform your state by degrees and thus transform your reality by degrees. This is true mental alchemy. Having grasped polarity, you stand up as the sun fully rises, bathing you in its gentle warmth. The extremes of night and day have met and reconciled in the dawn, and so you too have learned to reconcile the extremes within your own life. Now, the journey beckons you onward once more. Ahead, you sense a new rhythm to your steps and to the world around you, a hint of the next principle unfolding. In our next chapter, we will explore the principle of rhythm, the cosmic heartbeat that causes these polarities to swing back and forth in cycles. You will learn how to ride the waves of life's ups and downs with grace, and even how to rise above the pendulum's swing. Armed with polarity's wisdom, you are ready to dance with rhythm next. Chapter 6. Riding the Rhythms. By late morning, your journey brings you to the shore of a great ocean. The sun sparkles on the waves as they roll in and retreat in a soothing, eternal rhythm. You sit on the warm sand for a while, watching the tide. The water reaches forward, wetting the shore, and then flows back again into the vast sea. Forward and back, rise and fall, the earth itself seems to be breathing through the push and pull of the waves. You close your eyes and tune into your own breath, noticing how it comes in and goes out in its natural cadence. Everything in you and around you moves to some great cosmic beat. On a driftwood log nearby, you spot another carved message left by the wise ones. Everything flows, out and in. Everything has its tides. The principle of rhythm reveals itself to you. You recall how the bright morning followed the dark night, and you know night will come again in its time, only to be followed by a new dawn. Seasons cycle from spring to winter and back to spring. Our lives, too, have their seasons and tides, times of growth and times of rest, moments of great progress and moments of quiet reflection. Rhythm is the pendulum swing of life. The Hermetic teachings say this swing is measurable and inevitable. The greater the swing to one side, the greater the swing to the other. You may have observed this in your own experience. After intense activity often comes a period of fatigue or calm. After a stretch of lean finances, there may come an unexpected windfall, and vice versa. Joyous highs can be trailed by inexplicable blues, and difficult times often presage new opportunities. The key is not to fear these changes, but to understand and flow with them. Imagine a surfer on the ocean. If he fights the wave, it knocks him over. But if he paddles at the right moment and then balances on his board, he can ride that wave all the way to shore. In life, you are learning to surf the waves of time and change. When you're aware that every low will swing back to a high, you can find hope in the hardest moments. Likewise, knowing that highs naturally ebb to lows encourages you to savor the good times fully and cultivate inner steadiness, so you're not disheartened when things quiet down. Many people make the mistake of getting overly attached to one phase of the cycle, either dreading the downturns or trying desperately to hold on to the peak moments. But the wisdom of rhythm encourages another way. Embrace the cycle and find your center within it. When times are slow or tough, trust that the pendulum will swing back. Use the quieter moments for rest, learning, or preparation, knowing they are temporary. When times are bountiful and energetic, ride that wave joyfully, but also stay grounded, knowing that a time of rest will follow, and that is natural and necessary. Think of your heartbeat, contraction and relaxation. Neither state lasts forever, and each is needed to keep life flowing. The same goes for your productivity and finances. You will have periods of expansion, growth, earning, outward action, and periods of contraction, consolidation, saving, inward reflection. A wise creator honors both. Farmers, for example, let a field lie fallow after a season of crops so the soil can renew its strength for the next planting. In your journey to wealth, you too will have seasons of sowing and reaping and seasons of waiting and watering. Understanding this prevents panic during the waits and complacency during the harvests. To apply rhythm, practice finding your calm center regardless of the swing. Imagine a pendulum moving back and forth. If you stand at either extreme end, you will be swept up by the swing powerfully. But if you stand at the middle, the pendulum's swing is barely felt. Your middle point is inner equilibrium. You cultivate it by not overreacting to highs or lows. Celebrate successes, yes, but remain humble and grateful. Endure challenges, yes, but remain hopeful and resilient. By doing so, you reduce the emotional amplitude of the swing. When you encounter a setback, the backward ebb of the tide, remind yourself it's not permanent. The tide will return. Take a deep breath and find something constructive to do in that low tide. Perhaps learning a new skill, reevaluating your plans, or simply practicing patience and self-care. When you are riding high, the flowing tide, give thanks and perhaps set aside some of your gains, money, energy, time, in reserve, as wise sailors prepare for any weather. This is not done in fear of the future, but in respect for the natural rhythms. Let's do a brief reflection. Recall a challenging period from your past. At the time, it may have felt endless, but now notice, it passed, didn't it? Perhaps you even see how that low period set the stage for better days. Now recall a wonderful period that you wished could last forever. It likely evolved into something different over time. And yet, life continued, bringing new joys. Everything flows. Feel the truth of that and let it comfort you. If you're in a winter of life now, spring is on its way. If you're in summer, autumn will come, and that too has its own beauty and purpose. Affirmation: I remain balanced and patient through life's ups and downs. I trust the rhythm of life to carry me forward. As you affirm this, you sense a deep steadiness growing within. You are becoming like the ocean sailor or the surfer, able to move with the tides and waves rather than against them. This resilience and adaptability are great treasures on the path to abundance, for they ensure that temporary setbacks will not deter you, nor will temporary triumphs make you complacent. Having attuned yourself to the ebb and flow of the universe, you rise from the sandy shore and continue on your way. The sun is high above now, shining steadily, a reminder that beyond the swing of cycles, there is a higher consistency you can always tap into. With that thought, you journey onward to the next teaching. Ahead of you, you notice the outline of an ancient archway, hinting at a gateway to understanding cause and effect, the next principle that awaits. Chapter 7. Weaving the Web of Cause and Effect. Passing under the ancient archway, you find yourself in a serene walled garden. Neat rows of soil stretch out before you, some freshly tilled, others filled with sprouting green shoots. An earthy scent of growth and possibility hangs in the warm air. At the far end of the garden, you notice a weathered gardener quietly dropping seeds into the soil and gently covering them. He hums a peaceful tune as he works. Though he doesn't speak to you, his presence itself is a lesson. You recall the age-old wisdom, "As you sow, so shall you reap." Looking around, you see a carved plaque on the archway's inner side. It reads, "Every cause has its effect, every effect has its cause." This is the principle of cause and effect making itself known. You reflect on your journey so far. Every step you took, cause, led you to this very moment, effect. In your life, every choice, Every action or inaction has set into motion a chain of outcomes. Some were immediate, like speaking kindly to someone and feeling a warm connection, cause and effect in motion. Others took time, like the seeds in this garden that will, in due season, yield fruit or flowers. This principle invites you to embrace a powerful truth. You are an active participant in the creation of your reality. Chance and luck are but names we give to effects of causes we may not yet understand. When you take a specific action or hold a strong intention, you are putting a cause into the world, and in time, a corresponding effect will return. This isn't to say you control every detail of life, for many causes intertwine in the vast web of existence, but it means that your focused intentions and deeds have significant influence. Consider your path to financial well-being. Thoughts, as we learned with mentalism, are the first cause, but thoughts alone are like seeds in a pouch. They must be planted through action to grow into tangible results. If you consistently learn new skills, manage your money wisely, and seek opportunities, causes, over time you will see the effect in growing prosperity. If you offer genuine value to others through your work or creations, cause, you eventually receive value in return, perhaps as income, trust, or goodwill effect. Of course, some results may seem out of your hands, but even then, you nearly always have the power to influence outcomes through how you respond. Your intentions, decisions, and efforts are like stones dropped into a pond, creating ripples that eventually reach the shore. Knowing this, you become mindful of the causes you set in motion. Instead of feeling like life simply happens to you, you step into the role of co-creator. This comes with responsibility, but also great empowerment. If there is an effect you desire, say a flourishing business or a healthier body, you can begin to generate the causes to bring it about: consistent work, learning, and creative effort for the business, better nutrition and exercise for the body. Likewise, if there's an effect you dislike in your life, you can trace it to its causes. Perhaps persistent debt is the effect. Causes might be impulsive spending or unexamined beliefs about money. By identifying these, you can change the causes moving forward, maybe creating a budget or reframing your beliefs, and in time the effects will change too. This principle also encourages ethical living. If you put out dishonesty or harm, eventually that returns to you: lost reputation, broken relationships, effects of the cause. But if you sow honesty, generosity, and service, life tends to reward you in kind, maybe not immediately or directly, but in myriad ways over time. Plant good seeds, and trust that even if they take time to sprout, they will yield a good harvest. Take a moment now to consider a goal or dream dear to you. Ask yourself, what seeds can I plant for it today? It could be as simple as making a phone call, practicing a skill for an hour, or saving a small amount of money, any action that serves as a cause toward that dream. See yourself taking that action, and imagine the ripple of effects it sets off. Opportunities opening, people noticing your dedication, your own confidence growing. Feel how even a small cause can accumulate into a big effect over time, like steady drops of water filling a jug. Affirmation: I choose my actions with wisdom and purpose, knowing they are seeds of the reality I will harvest. Breathe deeply and feel the truth of this. You are a powerful agent of cause in your own life. Each day, through each decision, however small, you weave the web of your destiny. This knowledge doesn't mean you must control everything. Indeed, trying to control every detail can cause its own stress, but it does mean that by aligning your actions with your intentions, you invite the outcomes you seek. Thanking the silent gardener in your heart for the lesson, you step out of the garden with renewed resolve. You carry a handful of invisible seeds, ideas, and intentions, ready to plant them in the fertile ground of your life through deliberate action. As you walk on, you notice the world around you shimmering with a sense of connection, the tapestry of causes and effects that link everything. Ahead, beyond the garden, you see two trees intertwined, one with golden blossoms and the other with silver leaves. You feel this will lead to the next insight, the principle of gender, a teaching about the interplay of receptive and active forces in creation. With cause and effect understood, you are ready to learn about the balance of energies that gives birth to all things. Chapter 8. The Union of Masculine and Feminine. You approach the two trees with curiosity. One tree has bark glowing with a warm golden hue and radiant blossoms. The other shimmers with a silvery light and delicate pale leaves. Their roots intertwine beneath the soil, and their branches reach towards each other, entwining in the canopy. It's a beautiful dance of contrast and unity. Sunlight filters through the golden tree, while a gentle coolness emanates from the silvery one, like a touch of moonlight lingering into day. Between their twin trunks stands a stone stele engraved with the image of a yin-yang symbol, one half dark, one half light, each containing a dot of the other. Below it, the inscription reads, "Gender is in everything. Everything has its masculine and feminine. This is the principle of gender, not referring merely to physical gender, but to the twin creative energies present in all things." The golden tree embodies the masculine principle, active, projective, giving. The silvery tree represents the feminine principle, receptive, nurturing, yielding. They are distinct, yet here they grow together as one living organism, each incomplete without the other. In the workings of the universe and within yourself, these masculine and feminine energies constantly interplay. The masculine energy is the spark that initiates, the idea, the assertive push to make things happen. The feminine energy is the soil that receives the seed, the intuitive flow that nurtures and allows things to grow. When you set a goal or make a decision, you employ masculine energy. When you then allow the outcome to unfold, trust your intuition, or receive help from others, you are using feminine energy. It takes both to manifest any creation, like the union of father and mother bringing forth new life. Reflect on your journey toward wealth and fulfillment. There have been times you had to assert yourself, perhaps making that phone call, asking for a raise, starting a project. This was your inner masculine taking charge. And there have been times you had to step back, be patient, or let opportunities come, perhaps waiting for the right moment, listening to your gut feelings, or accepting support from someone. This was your inner feminine in action. Both modes are essential. If we only push without pause, overdriving masculine, we burn out and may resist the natural flow of help coming our way. If we only daydream and wait passively, overindulging feminine, we stagnate and our dreams remain unformed. But when we marry the two, inspired action with open receptivity, we become a powerful conduit for creation. Think about your own tendencies. Do you find it easier to act than to wait, or easier to go with the flow than to initiate? Perhaps you charge ahead, strong masculine, but sometimes struggle to relax and trust, needing more feminine. Or maybe you excel at envisioning and intuiting, strong feminine, but hesitate to take concrete steps, needing more masculine. Becoming aware of this helps you bring yourself into balance. You can consciously invite the complementary energy. If you've been straining with effort, step back and allow assistance or inspiration. If you've been delaying action, summon courage and make a decisive move. Also consider the flow of giving and receiving, which is another expression of these dual energies. To live abundantly, one must be capable of both. Some people give and give, but have trouble accepting even a compliment. This blocks the full cycle of abundance. Others take without giving back, and find that what they grasp slips away or leaves them unfulfilled. The masculine side of you wants to give, to make an impact. The feminine side of you needs to receive, to be nourished. Honor both. When opportunities or kindness come your way, welcome them. That is abundance flowing in. When you are moved to contribute or express generosity, do so. That is abundance flowing out. Envision these energies within you as two partners in a dance. When they move in harmony, the dance is graceful and creative. Your inner masculine leads with intention and action. Your inner feminine follows with intuition and adaptability, and at times they switch. The feminine insight leads and the masculine acts in accordance. Together they spin the dance of creation. In this balanced state, you become a masterful creator in your life, capable of dreaming and doing, of manifesting with both willpower and trust. Affirmation: I balance the active and the receptive within me. I take inspired action and I graciously receive blessings. I give and I receive in equal measure. Feel the completeness of this balance. By uniting these two forces within, you unlock the final piece of the puzzle of wealth magnetism. You have learned to think and imagine, mind, to align your inner and outer state, correspondence, to elevate your energy, vibration, to shift negativity to positivity, polarity, to flow with cycles rhythm, to act with intention, cause, and now to balance doing with being gender. All the pieces are coming together into a single harmonious whole, like the interlocking branches of the golden and silver trees. With this integration of energies, you step beyond the grove of the twin trees, feeling whole and empowered. Ahead lies the final stretch of this journey, an open field under the midday sun. It's time to synthesize everything you've learned and truly become a magnet for the wealth and abundance you seek. In this clearing, you will embrace the law of attraction, the culmination of these principles, and awaken fully as a conscious creator of your destiny. Chapter 9. Becoming the Wealth Magnet. You step into the open field, sunlight pouring down around you from the high noon sky. Here there is a stillness, a sense of completion. The air feels charged with potential, as if the universe itself is waiting joyfully to see what you will create now. You feel all the lessons of this journey alive within you. Mind clear and focused, heart high in vibration, perspective positive, spirit balanced and ready to give and receive. This moment is yours to claim. This is the essence of the law of attraction, the principle that like energy attracts like energy, that what you send out into the world in thoughts, feelings, and actions returns to shape your reality. Throughout this journey, you have been quietly activating this law. With each principle, you have aligned another aspect of yourself with the frequency of abundance. Now, standing in this clearing, you realize you have become a living magnet for the wealth and prosperity you desire. Take a moment to fully feel this transformation. Remember when you first heard the call of abundance, how distant your dreams might have seemed. Now you can sense those dreams in the very air around you, as if they are already real on an unseen level, just waiting for the right moment to appear in tangible form. This is because on the inside, you have already made them real. You have cultivated the mindset of abundance, knowing all is mental. You have harmonized your inner world with your goals. As within, so without. You have raised your vibration to match what you seek. You have learned to flip negatives to positives, to ride out any temporary downturns, to take responsibility for your actions, and to balance your drive with intuition. In doing so, you have aligned every level of your being with the energy of wealth. Now, Imagine your desire for wealth and prosperity as a bright beacon of light shining from your heart. See it beaming upward and outward like a lighthouse guiding ships. This beacon is your intention, your signal to the universe. Because you have done the inner work, this signal is clear and strong, free of contradictory static, doubts, or counter-beliefs. Hold that image steady, your heart light calling out. Around you, visualize the field responding. See the particles of the world subtly rearranging, drawn by the gravitational pull of your intention. Opportunities begin moving in your direction, perhaps in the form of new ideas that pop into your mind, or people who feel inspired to help you, or unforeseen breaks that come your way. Feel your own energy reaching out as well. You feel an urge to take inspired steps toward these opportunities, to say yes to the right ideas, to meet the universe halfway. There is a reciprocal movement. As you attract, you also act, creating a powerful feedback loop of manifestation. To seal this process, embrace gratitude, one of the highest vibrations and a powerful attractor of more abundance. In this moment, give thanks as if your wealth has already manifested fully. Feel appreciation for the financial freedom, the opportunities, the security, and the joy that are unfolding for you. By feeling grateful now, you double the magnetic power of your signal. You affirm that it is real and on its way. The universe echoes back to a grateful heart with even more reasons to be grateful. Affirm to yourself that you are worthy of the prosperity that comes. Sometimes as blessings start to arrive, old doubts can whisper, "Do I really deserve this?" Silence those doubts with truth. You have become the person who naturally attracts and generates wealth. It is a reflection of your growth and service, not mere chance. You will use this wealth not only for your own good, but to enrich the world around you, creating a positive ripple of cause and effect that benefits many. Affirmation: I am a magnet for wealth and abundance. I welcome riches of all kinds, money, opportunities, success, happiness, with gratitude and joy. Feel how far you've come. The seeker who started this journey is now a creator, an awakened magnet of abundance. Whenever you need, you can return to this inner sacred journey. Each visit will reinforce your alignment and soothe any doubts. Night after night, or whenever you listen, you will go deeper, and your subconscious will absorb these truths further, making your magnetism second nature. Now, it is time to carry this power back into the world of your daily life. The field around you shimmers with possibility, but it is in your hands to take the steps forward. Fortunately, you move ahead not as someone searching in the dark, but as someone who carries the light within. You know how to create with your mind, energize with your emotions, act with intent, and trust the universe's flow. You are, in every sense, a wealth magnet. When you open your eyes from this experience, if they were closed, carry this feeling of certainty and empowerment with you. The world you return to is the same one as before, yet also completely new because you are new. You will begin to notice opportunities that you once might have missed. You will respond differently to challenges, seeing them as manageable or even as hidden blessings. You will attract helpful people and ideas, like a lodestone draws iron, and you will know to act on them. Life is responding to the shift in you, conspiring to support your dreams. Take a final deep breath in this magical field. Above you, the sky is vast and open, symbolizing the unlimited potential ahead. You have all the tools and wisdom you need. The universe smiles on you, a willing partner in creation. With heart and mind united, you step forward, ready to claim the abundant life that is your birthright. Chapter 10. embracing your abundant destiny. Dear friend, you have arrived at the end of this sacred journey, but truly it is a new beginning. You stand now at the threshold of your abundant life, empowered with ancient wisdom and a radiant mindset. The knowledge you've gained is not meant to sit idly on the pages of your mind. It is meant to be lived, breathed, and woven into every tomorrow that awaits you. This is your call to action. Go forth and create the wealth and fulfillment you seek, one thought, one feeling, one action at a time. Each day when you wake, recall the magnetic power that resides in you. Make a conscious choice to direct your mind toward your highest vision. Carry a grateful heart for what is and what is coming. Take even the smallest step that moves you closer to your dreams. These little victories, compounded, become great triumphs. If ever you stumble or doubt, remember this journey. Return to it as often as you need. Let these words remind you of the Creator within. Know that it's perfectly okay to move at your own pace. Lasting change is a gentle unfolding. Trust yourself and trust the universe that lovingly supports your growth. Every night, if you wish, you can revisit this audiobook or the quiet space within you that it has opened. Each listening will deepen your magnetism and reinforce your belief. Repetition will strengthen the neural pathways of abundance thinking and further program your subconscious mind for success. Over time, you'll find that abundance isn't just something you attract, it's something you naturally are. Take a moment now to acknowledge yourself. Feel proud of the commitment you've shown to your growth. So many never answer the call of their own potential, but you have not only answered, you have journeyed far and wide within, and you have awakened new powers. That in itself is a great achievement. Now, with heartfelt gratitude, let's close this chapter. Feel gratitude for every insight and every feeling you experienced during this journey. Gratitude to the wise principles of the universe that gently guided you. Gratitude to yourself for investing in your well-being and dreams. And gratitude to the abundant reality that is even now taking shape around you. As you step fully into your life as a wealth magnet, know that you are never alone. The energy of this journey, the support of the universe, and the strength of all the seekers who have walked this path before accompany you. I thank you deeply for allowing me to be your guide on this journey. It has been my honor to speak these truths and watch you bloom. Go forward with confidence, clarity, and an open heart. May you manifest miracles and inspire others by your example. May your nights be filled with peace and your days with prosperity. And may you always remember, the true treasure lies within you, and from that infinite treasure all riches flow. Thank you for listening, and blessed be your journey of wealth and inner richness. The world awaits the magic you will create. If these words stirred something sacred within you, let your light be seen. Like, subscribe, and share this journey, and be blessed.